Good morning. This is Tara Harper from Tara's Healthcare Consulting and Office Design, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, sharing with you the RHIA exam review. This is for Domain 3. This is for, today is Tuesday, July 27th. Usually it's done every Tuesday, the recording is, so sorry I'm a day late. It's been awfully busy here. The thing I want to talk about today in Domain 3 is information technology and systems, information technology systems, computer information systems, and what it's all about. The book that I'm coming from will be from the Registered Health Information Administrator book, 2010 edition. And it's going to be over Domain 3, page 32. Page 32. And I'm going to make some factual statements from two pages here. And then once I make those factual statements, then I will give you a true or false test if what I just said is either true or false. And then we'll break down the information from these two pages, and we'll go on in that order, and so on and so on and so on. So that way we can really get application information of how to uh, know the information for the test, not so much just memorize the information, because you really have to have applicable memory or knowledge to know how to apply this for the test. Okay, enough of that. Okay, the first statement I want to make is, let me find my pencil so I can circle what's needed as we go along. Put my keyboard up from my desktop while I'm talking to my laptop. Okay, super. The first statement that I want to make is that laboratory information is an example of clinical information systems. Laboratory information is one of the examples of clinical information systems. The best reason for implementing information system technology in healthcare is to provide effective and efficient patient care services. The best reason for implementing information system technology in healthcare is to provide effective and efficient patient care services. the best common, I'm sorry, the most common reason given for information system failure is user resistance. The most common reason for information system failure is user resistance. To be successful, any information technology initiative must align with the organization's strategic plan. To be successful, any information system technology initiative must align the organization's strategic plan. Okay? The individual most likely to lead strategic planning for a healthcare organization information system is the CIO. Excuse me. As I stated before, the CIO is the Chief Information Officer. And what that Chief Information Officer does, he is most likely to lead the strategic planning for a healthcare organization information system. As a preliminary step in designing an information system strategy, it is important for the steering committee. It is important for the steering committee to conduct a scan of external environment and to conduct an internal environment assessment. So it is important to conduct an external and internal environment assessment as a preliminary step in designing information system strategy. Which of the following is not a characteristic of RFPs, request for a proposal? RFP is request for a proposal, and we'll talk a little bit more about what RFPs are all about. One of the things that's not a true characteristic of RFPs is that RFPs are extremely useful when one needs to make a decision quickly. Okay? You cannot rush through a request for a proposal quickly. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes um, a breakdown of steps that you have to go through in order to request a proposal for a new information system. So please know that. Okay, it's very important. In which phase of the information development life cycle does initial training on a new information system generally occur? In which phase of the information development life cycle does initial training on a new information system generally occur? The initial training, the first step, that would be implementation. Implementation. Implementation is the first phase of the is the phase of the development life cycle. The phase of the development life cycle of the initial training. Okay? Identifying user information needs is part of the analysis phase. The analysis phase of the system development life cycle. Identifying user information needs is part of the analysis phase. Identifying user information needs. Identifying user information needs. I have to say it again. Identifying user information needs is part of the phase of the system's development life cycle. A key element in effective systems implementation is user training. A key element in effective systems implementation is user training. An effective tool for implementing new information systems is project management software. Project management software. The role of the Chief Information Officer focuses on strategic information systems planning. The role of the CIO, Chief Information Officer, is strategic information planning. Is strategic information planning. That's the role of the CIO. Okay, now that we've gone over that, let's talk about some pertinent details per statement of page 32 and 33 of the book. First of all, clinical information systems. It talks about this here, that such requirements included providing interface specifications to and from the HIM's department transcription system and setting up the HIM's department security profiles. Okay. Okay. So, um, that's what clinical information systems is all about. It talks about the interface specifications to and from the HIM department's transcription system and setting up the HIM's department security profiles. Having implemented a transcription system at a former place of employment, You will learn how to work with people and analyze both manual and automated systems. Okay, now this book talks about a person of example dealing with CIS, Computer Information Systems. And this is the book that I'm reading from as of today for what we need. So, what I'm going to do, let me look further into this information so I can explain it a lot better and more applicable than just more than just reading it to you, but give it to you in basic understanding so you know how to relate it for yourself. Okay, let's go over and talk about some true and false statements here. Let's talk about true and false statements. Okay, I'm going to go back and I'm going to read certain statements, and you tell me, and we'll go over the answers if it's true or false. The role of the information officer focus on supporting network infrastructure. The role of the information officer is to focus on supporting network infrastructure. The effective tool for implementing new information system is entity relationship diagrams. The effective tool for implementing a new information system is entity relationship diagrams. A key element in effective system implementation is user training. A key element in effective systems implementation is user training. True or false? Identifying user information needs is part of the analysis phase of the system's development life cycle. Identifying user information needs is part of the phase of the system's development life cycle. Identifying user information needs is part of the analysis phase of the system's development life cycle. True or false? In which of the system's development life cycle does the initial training on a new information generally occur? And it occurs during the design. In which of the following, you let me know, true or false, wrong or right, if this statement is correct, wrong or right. In which phase of the system's development life cycle does initial training on a new information system generally occur? And that would be design. Which of the following is not a characteristic of RFPs? RFPs provide a good record of documentation of system requirements and the vendor's ability to respond to these needs. Is that not a characteristic? RFPs provide a good record of documentation of systems requirement and the vendor's ability to respond to the needs. True or false? Is that a true characteristic of RFP or not? Staff scheduling system is an example of clinical information systems. Staff scheduling system is an example of clinical information systems. The best reason for implementing IS technology in healthcare is to provide effective and efficient patient care services. The best reason for implementing information technology in healthcare is to provide effective and efficient patient care services. The most common reason for information system failure is lack of training.